I think one of the first things that you talk about is on page 54. You talk about know the buyer, and I have often said this to people: is that if you don't know who the buyer is, then you don't know where to target, you don't know where to go, and you don't know how to position your product and get in the door to get the sales going. Could you give some tidbits information on know the buyer or what your concept is around that section in the book, please?
Well, by knowing about the buyer, I think you should know them a little deeper than what you will get from a demographics report. There's, what the gender is and the age and that sort of thing. And I'm talking about mass selling on smaller audiences or markets. Those kinds of things are that kind of demographics is, relatively pointless. I have gone out and met people. Obviously, trade shows are just okay. They're not the best way to meet your buyer. In fact, I kind of avoid them, to be honest with you. And the reason being is that you don't really get a lot done. If you look at expense, the cost of going to a trade show versus the benefit, you ain't going.
Yeah, yes.
When you start, you think maybe it takes $12-15 to send some people to a city, get them hotel rooms and flights and et cetera, and if you looked at taking that money and directly sending gifts, spending time hiring new people, going after people on or your market a little more creatively, if you will, I think you get a lot more benefit than going to a trade show. But back to your original question as to knowing your buyer. I have actually gone out every time I'm in a city away from our headquarters. I would go meet somebody who had purchased from us. I would usually they were quite flattered that I requested an interview and like to come by and talk to you. I usually had a small gift for them as well. And you get in, you see the age, you see their office, you see the pictures of their kids with soccer trophies. You get a feel for them and who they are on a level that you can never get from some statistical report. And so I visited on one company over 100 people that way. And again, it was an add-on of things I was doing. I didn't set out to do it as the sole thing. It was kind of a add-on. If I were in a city, I'd call somebody up and say, "Hey, I'd like to drop by," and I would be quick to tell them it's not a sales call. I just want to meet you and say hi, and I've got this gift for you. And hardly anyone ever turned me down.
Yeah, who doesn't like a gift, I guess, right?